What is going on, everybody? It's the Frost, and we're here for NXT Takeover New York predictions for this coming Friday, tomorrow, on the WWE Network from the Barclays Center, which would usually be called NXT Takeover New York, but for whatever reason they wanted to, it would be Takeover Brooklyn, but for whatever reason they went with New York. 5 matches, 5 championship matches with the NXT, NXT UK, Tag Teams, North American, and Women's Championships all on the line. This is going to be the biggest NXT takeover we have probably ever seen. Of course, this NXT is going to have a little damper on it because of the fact that we are all going to come into this takeover. We're all going to love it, and we're all going to be, there's going to be just a little bit of us is going to be what could have been. What could have been the conclusion of Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa? Do I want that to be something that hindered this show? Of course not. But it's going to be in the back of our minds that when we get to that main event match of Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole, what could have been? But as we all know, when one goes down, someone else needs to step up, and Adam Cole is going to step up in an amazing way. Each and every one of these matches, outside of that one match maybe, could steal the show. I think all of them actually could steal the show. I could be wrong about that. Yeah, every one of these matches could steal the show. The first match we're going to talk about here is Vulture versus Pete Dunn. Now, I haven't really followed the NXT UK, and there's way too much. There's like, you have Raw for 3 hours, SmackDown for 2 hours, and NXT on the same week, on the same day as NXT UK. And I just had too much stuff going on for me to even think about doing another hour for NXT. I tried when NXT UK started, then because they fucked up and had to hurry up and get the tapings in, they went to two episodes in one day and in 1 week, and that just got way too much. So it was 3, 5, 2, and 3, so that was 8 hours of professional wrestling on a weekly basis, plus pay-per-views sometimes, and at least one takeover. It was just too much. I just couldn't do it. But Pete Dunne has been the UK champion for 86 days as of this recording. It'll be 687 days tomorrow. Is that going to be the end of his title reign? I'm going to say yes, because I think it's time to give somebody else in the UK division the opportunity to carry the UK division, and I think Vulture could be that guy. Now, I don't think the UK Championship should even be on this show, but I know why they did it, because they want to make this the biggest takeover of all time. And the fact that UK's got their own takeovers, at least they did one takeover, it makes me wonder why they put this on here, but again, I understand why they did it. I'm surprised with this being takeover, they didn't give us a UK Women's Championship match as well, just to give us another match to make this the biggest takeover. Because yes, WrestleMania has up to 15, 16, 17 matches this year. The G1 Supercard is going to have about 12 matches. Takeover, 5. That is it. One more match would have been fine. I would have been like, okay, we're just going to stretch this out to a 3-hour show. For this takeover, I would have excused it and been fine with it. They didn't want to do that, so I don't have a problem with that. So I'm picking Vulture to take out Pete Dunne and become your new NXT UK champion. Next up, the winners of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, the Ricochet and Aleister Black, to take on the War Raiders in what should be a hard-hitting final match for those guys for Aleister Black and Ricochet in NXT. Now, it's real obvious who's going to win this match. It's no secret who's going to win this. It's going to be the War Raiders. This is Aleister Black and Ricochet's final match in NXT. Now, out of the two who will be moved up, Aleister Black and Ricochet, I am kind of surprised Ricochet only spent 1 year in NXT. He did win the North American Championship, had a hell of a title reign as North American Champion. But I'm surprised that he's coming up. I know it was just Vince McMahon's carelessness and trying to cover up for his shortcomings, not being able to give us good TV, that he wanted to change things up a little bit. And Ricochet, who I think could go and challenge if Adam Cole was to win the NXT Championship this coming tomorrow, I could see him challenging Adam Cole for the NXT Championship before anything else. I figured Ricochet would be down in NXT till after Toronto. And Toronto is where he would go, and like after SummerSlam, he would go to the main roster. I'll tap on the fact that SummerSlam, called the biggest party in the summer, is in Toronto during that time. But for now, I'm just surprised that Ricochet is coming up already, even though I know he can do it. He could be amazing for them, but I still feel like him not being there to possibly challenge for the winner of the NXT Championship after TakeOver, I think is a missed opportunity. Of course, the War Raiders are going to win this, no doubt about it. The next one is a toss-up. It's Matt Riddle versus the Velveteen Dream. The Velveteen Dream won the NXT Championship a couple days after the Elimination Chamber, a week after that maybe, because of him winning the Worlds Collide tournament, he was offered a chance to face any champion of his choosing. He told Goldie, "I don't want you," from Tommaso Ciampa, and said, "I want the North American Championship." Now I knew right off the bat, there didn't have to be any spoilers or anything, that Gargano was only going to be a transitional champion going into TakeOver New York. He was not going to hold the North American Championship past one title defense, and it went to the Velveteen Dream. This was an interesting stat that someone threw out there, and I did not think about this until I read it, and I had to go and look at it and research and figure out that out of the couple championship title defenses at TakeOver, Adam Cole had one. He did not retain his title. Ricochet had one. He did not defend his title. He lost. Both guys lost. So, Velveteen Dream losing this match, I don't see that happening. Is it going to cost Matt Riddle to lose this match? If he loses this match, will it hurt him very much? No. Keith Lee lost on the Aftermath show to Lars Sullivan, and he's as hot as ever. This isn't like WWE. If you lose a match that you probably shouldn't lose under other circumstances, that you're just going to go from downhill from there. No. Matt Riddle is going to be doing big things in NXT, and quite honestly, if the champion, no matter who the NXT champion is coming out of NXT Takeover in New York, I think Matt Riddle is bigger than the NXT North American Championship. I believe he is going to be vying for the NXT Championship coming into Toronto. So I'm going with Velveteen Dream to topple Matt Riddle. This next one, the NXT Women's Championship, I don't know who's going to win this match. I don't. Now, if you go to NXT's YouTube channel, not YouTube channel, but Twitter account, they have their back graphic, the one that post that segment has like a big picture, and it's a poster of NXT Takeover New York. On that poster, you have Gargano and and Cole on one side, and on the other side, you have these four women, and they're standing in the above the New York skyline. Underneath the four women are ladders, but this has not been mentioned as a ladder match. So I don't know if it's going to be a ladder match. They have 24 hours to talk about that, maybe 48 hours, whenever, if they come up. But they have until the pre-show to make this a ladder match, and they did not call it a ladder match on Sunday. So on the show, so I don't know what this is going to be, but I don't see this being anything more than a standard fatal four-way. Now, of course, the biggest reason you would put this match in a fatal four-way, you would book Shayna Baszler in a fatal four-way, is because you don't want her to be in the deciding pinfall. You don't want her to get pinned, so she looks strong coming up to the main roster. And I don't see Kairi Sane winning this. Io Shirai pretty much eliminated herself on yesterday when she went over and grabbed the championship, held it up in the ring, and hugged it as if it was hers. So I believe Bianca Belair is going to be your champion coming out of NXT Takeover New York. Bianca Belair is going to win the NXT Women's Championship, and Bianca Belair will be the NXT Women's Champion. Who will face off against Bianca Belair after that? Candice LeRae did come out and point out the fact that she is going to earn herself an NXT Women's Championship opportunity, and she's going to do it by beating everyone, like proving it by beating everybody. Now, could that be her? I think babyface Candice LeRae, Candice Wrestling, would be a great opponent for a heel bitch EST Bianca Belair. So I'm going with Candice LeRae will be like eventually feuding with a champion Bianca Belair. So Bianca Belair is going to win the NXT Women's Championship. The final match, the main event of TakeOver, of course, Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole, 2 out of 3 falls for the NXT Championship. This, of course, as we know, was supposed to be Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano. But reality set in, and reality was like, no, 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 you're not to have it. So, this one's a toss-up. So, I guess rumors are going around, the talk is going around that Johnny Gargano is going to be in NXT again for another year until Tommaso Ciampa gets back, because quite honestly, everything they planned for Johnny Gargano on the main roster was to be with Tommaso Ciampa, and without Ciampa there, he would be in catering with the likes of EC3 and Nikki Cross, and Heath Slater, Rhino, and everybody else. And I don't want that for Johnny Gargano. I don't want him on 205 Live. I don't want him to be misused at all. This guy is too good to just be misused. So him being in NXT again for another year is great. Big piece of history coming into this match, though, is not only the fact that they will be the 15th different NXT champion, but also the first man who wins this match will be the first ever Triple Crown champion in NXT history. Both men are tag team champions, both men are former North American champions. Neither one of them have won the NXT champion yet. Adam Cole has reminded us that since his debut in the same building where he took out Drew McIntyre, held that championship above his head, he has been destined to be NXT champion. If you have not seen the video package or hate package between these two for NXT, go check it out. This one's gonna be very tough, but with the fact that it could be the possibility that Johnny Gargano is going to stay in NXT is all the more reason why Adam Cole is probably going to walk out NXT champion. Why would Adam Cole walk out NXT champion? Because quite honestly, the only big reason you would give Gargano the championship on this night was because it was a payoff to a 1.5-year long storyline. That storyline has been put on hold or killed forever, much like the Alliance of American Football. But you can't just say, well, even though Ciampa's not there anymore, we're still going to give him the championship. Gargano can continue to chase. Gargano can chase and make it to NXT Takeover Toronto, or NXT Takeover War Games 3. I don't know. But it just feels like if Gargano is staying in NXT for a full year, it could be that he wins, but I feel that they're going to give it to Adam Cole, and that these two are going to be feuding for the majority of the year over the NXT Championship. With Gargano, which it would, like I said, the payoff would have been a huge payoff if Tommaso Ciampa was here. If Gargano does win this match, it's going to be nice, but it's not going to feel the same. It's not. No matter what they do, no matter what you hear, the crowd's going to go crazy, of course. The crowd will be like, you deserve it at the next set of tapings. But it won't have that same feeling as him toppling the monster that was and is Tommaso Ciampa. What's sad about Ciampa is coming back is that he's going to have to be a babyface just to how they humanized him a couple weeks ago. But all more for them to go with Adam Cole. Now, of course, if Johnny Gargano wins this title, he's not going to keep it all year. And Adam Cole is not going to stay out of the title picture. It's like, if you just look at the state of NXT, who is better off with the NXT Championship? Babyface, fan-loved Johnny Gargano, or heel, fan-loved Adam Cole, who is a dick heel sometimes? Adam Cole, really. You have Matt Riddle, Keith Lee, Velveteen Dream, if he wants to get into this. It's just, I don't know what they're going to do. It's going to be an amazing match. This match is going to be worth watching. Make sure to check it out. But it's just like one of these ones that I'm going to be sitting on the edge of my seat because this one is so unpredictable, and this is what makes wrestling great. I have no fucking idea who's going to win this match. I'm saying it's going to be Adam Cole. I could be 110% wrong. Adam Cole has hinted at the Undisputed Era helping him. So I imagine Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, and Roderick Strong will be out there at the beginning of the match. They'll, of course, get kicked out later on. But this is going to be a damn good match, I'm pretty sure. Those are my predictions. Vulture, the War Raiders, Bianca Belair, Velveteen Dream, and Adam Cole. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment down below, like or dislike this video. If you've not seen my Raw, SmackDown, or NXT reviews, go check them out. Hang on. excuse me, later on the channel, and I will see you guys tomorrow for WrestleMania and tomorrow for WrestleMania and NXT Takeover. Until then, I will see you guys later. Have a good one.